I bought the new PS5 Pulse Elite gaming headset, and in this video we are going to break down everything you need to know about it and is it worth buying or upgrading to from your current PS5 gaming headset. Let's first kick things off with the pricing on this product. You can pick these up for around £130 to $150, which I personally would say sort of hits in the mid-range of gaming headsets. So some gaming headsets coming at around £200, £400, but feature set wise, I feel like it actually does compete with some of those more expensive headsets. In fact, even some expensive headsets from Sony themselves. Only last year or so, they released the InZone H9s, which was like their flagship gaming range for the PS5. And I personally think this headset absolutely obliterates what that headset can offer. And I did personally run that as my main PS5 gaming headset for over 12 months. And first impressions on this thing, I'm pleasantly surprised. But before we get onto these pro features that makes this headset quite good value, let's discuss what you get inside of the box. First, you get a charging cable for the Pulse Elite gaming headset. Now, this is a Type-C to Type-A connector, so it's compatible for both the fat PS5 and also the new PS5 Slim. The new PS5 Slim obviously is predominantly USB Type-C on the front of the console versus a big fat Type-A connector on the old one. So this way it means it basically works if you've got the old PS5, which probably 90% of people do anyways. Would have been nice to have had a Type-C to Type-C connector to make it a little bit more useful for the front port on the PS5 Slim, but it is what it is, not the end of the world. Also inside of the box is of course the headset. I don't know about you, but I hate it when YouTubers are like, let's take a look at what's inside of the box. And they go, you get the headset? You're like, of course you get the headset, mate. You bought it for $150, mate. But anyways, to be that classic tech reviewer who just speaks nonsense on camera, inside the box there is the headset. Now, unfortunately, at this current moment in time, this headset is only available in the PS5 white color. Obviously, if you've got the console covers, which I've just picked up myself, I've got the matte black console covers from a PS5 Slim now. This looks a little bit out of place. Same as well with the PlayStation Edge controller. I would love to see that in a black variation or a different color variation to match the different console covers that are and are available on the PS5, because obviously all the accessories in white look awesome. You've got your white PS5, you've got your white controllers, your white headset, your white PlayStation Portal, whatever it is that you've bought. But if you switch out the console covers, then nothing matches, and my OCD just freaks me out a little bit that my headset now doesn't match the actual PS5. There is also this USB Lightning connector for PlayStation Link, which is their new way of wirelessly connecting their headsets and earbuds for a lag, zero latency free connection, basically, so you get instant audio, which is obviously much faster than Bluetooth. They make out like this is super revolutionary, this PlayStation Link. It's essentially just like a lightning USB stick, like 2.4 gigahertz lightning USB stick that you get with every pro gaming headset, from Logitech to Razer to basically anyone that's made a gaming headset in the past 5 years. It's essentially that, but with a fancy name, PlayStation Link. This also is USB Type A, so you will be connecting it at the rear of your console. You'll also want to connect it at the rear of the console anyways to keep it out of the way, so you don't have this huge USB stick protruding out of the front of your PlayStation 5. But probably the coolest feature of this headset that Sony needs to shout about more is the included charging dock. So this is it right here. It's essentially like a little hook for your PlayStation headset. Now on the Pulse Elite, there's basically some connectors here, and then there's some connectors on this little plastic mounter that basically these click into place, and then this will essentially almost like wirelessly charge your headset like via the connections once it's in place here. Super nice that they included this. It did charge like an extra $30 as an additional accessory. Now you have the option to wall mount this, so basically you can have like a headset mount holder on your wall, drill it into the wall, and jobs are good. Now I've seen some other tech reviewers go, I'm not too sure if I would want to mount this in my wall, basically because they don't know how to use a drill, that they're like, this is super intimidating drilling a hole in my wall to mount this. If you are zero skill set at any form of DIY and you cannot mount this onto a wall, you can also use some sticky back tape. I've seen some people stick it to the underneath of their desk, so then that way it basically hooks in underneath the desk, which is quite a nice clean solution, and it seems to hold up nice and strong. I personally don't think you're going to need to call Bob the Builder in just to drill a single hole into your wall if you do actually want to mount this onto it. Alternatively, you can just store the headset on top of the PS5, which I think most of us have been doing since the PS5 launch. It's been quite good for storing accessories on top of it. But I love the fact that it has the charging capability, so you never forget to charge it. It's constantly just hooked on the wall, you throw it on, and it's charging and off it goes. It's a nice clean solution and saves you having cables lying around all over your desk, which could look a little bit untidy. Now let's get on to some of the main features of the new Pulse Elite gaming headset. Now first off, the design I think is absolutely stunning, and these ear cups are super weird. They look like they're from some like sci-fi movie, but for some reason they're very comfortable. When I first saw them, I wasn't too convinced, but when I put the headset on, it's very nice. Now, this headset almost auto-adjusts to your head. It isn't like a traditional gaming headset that's like click, 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 where you basically set the measurements on either side and you click it to adjust it. It almost auto-adjusts with this little headband that just goes up and down depending on how much pressure it's applying to the top of your head, which I think is nice because it basically ensures this headset is fitting perfectly and you haven't, put it on too tight or too loose. It essentially fits on perfect. But one thing that could be an issue if you do have a smaller head, you may be like 13 years old, 14 years old, like one of my younger viewers, it might be too big if you've got quite a tiny head. Like I have a medium-sized head, I've not got a big moon head. And I'd say it fits just about right. But if I had any smaller, like a little pea head, I think it could be a little bit of a problem. So you might want to look at a much cheaper gaming headset like the Astro A10s, which are definitely orientated around sort of kid gamers. They're much smaller, and they're obviously wired as well, but the fit on them is absolutely tiny for little heads. But I think this band system is very innovative, clean, and also makes the headset feel way more premium and higher priced than it actually is. Now, you can expect to get around 30 hours off of a full charge on this headset, which I think is pretty good. Now, let's say you game on average maybe 3 hours in an evening. That's 10 sessions before it's completely flat. And even if it is flat when you do come to play, just giving it a quick 10-minute charge will give you a total of 2 hours of charge time and gameplay. Now, also inside of this headset are Sony's latest planar magnetic drivers. These were also available in the little earbuds that they launched around Christmas time alongside the PlayStation Portal. I got my hands on those earbuds. I personally thought they were okay. They sounded great, but I'm more of a headset guy. I think because I just like the fact you can take it off so easily. You can just throw it off, go to the toilet, go grab a drink, then throw them back on. Whereas an earbud, you have to like get them out and then throw them on the desk. Then you drop it, and you're like, oh, is it gone? And you're like searching around the floor for your earbud. So I just like having one fixed unit. But from my experience with those earbuds and obviously testing this headset, these planar magnetic drivers have beautiful fidelity and detail and a major improvement over the first generation Pulse gaming headset from Sony. These magnetic drivers also have support for 3D Tempest audio. So again, you get beautiful, almost like surround sound 3D audio within the PlayStation. This is one of the best features of the PS5, especially for single player games. You can really take advantage and leverage this because you're playing like a multiplayer game. You don't have time to pick up on all the details, but like God of War, Last of Us, playing those on your PlayStation 5 chilled. One of my personal favorites is Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora at the moment. You can just take in the luscious environment and just hear little things far in the distance with these headphones on and get really immersed into the gameplay. While we're on the topic of audio settings and the different parameters that you can adjust, there are some exclusive EQ settings available to the Pulse Elite. Now, as soon as you connect this to your PS5 with inside of your game hub bar, when you just click the PlayStation Home button, this will boot up a new option to just go straight into EQ settings. Inside of here, you can adjust the entire audio profile of these headphones, both from the EQ to the mids to the highs, which is only available on these headphones and also the earbuds. No third-party headsets basically support this feature on the PlayStation 5 currently. This allows you to tailor the experience and create various different profiles depending on the game that you're currently playing. So for example, if you're playing like Call of Duty or an FPS shooter and you want the footsteps to be more predominant within the EQ, you can obviously increase those mids and highs, cut the lows a little bit so you got less boom, like big explosions, and it just makes the audio a little bit clearer. But then vice versa, if you're hopping into a single player game, you want to crank up the bass so you can get immersed into a more cinematic gaming experience. That is completely doable for whatever you desire. A very clean feature when it comes to the microphone is inside of the headset. It's retractable, so it comes straight out like that, gets nice and close to your mouth, but also you can throw it inside of here and it's still close enough to your mouth that it picks up good audio quality. But I love how clean that design is. It just comes straight out and then goes in. A lot of headsets have like removable microphones now, so you have the headphones, then you plug in a microphone via like a little aux jack. Those are cool on those headsets, but I personally always end up losing the actual microphone attachment, especially if I haven't played online for a long time. I've maybe just been playing single player games with just the headset, and then I suddenly go and play online 2 weeks later, and I can't find my microphone. So I love the fact that that just stores directly inside of there, and it's out of the way. There's also some very convenient buttons located all over the headset for controlling both the microphone and the volume. So directly on the mic, there is a mute button, and when you mute this, it will illuminate orange, and then this will also synchronize with the mute button on your PlayStation controller. So if you click mute on the PS5 controller, this will instantly sync up with the microphone's mute light. So it's all in tandem. You don't need to worry that they're out of sync. There is also an aux connector, so you can connect this into like basically an unsupported device. Just make it a wired headset, so you can plug it into as basically an old-fashioned wired headset. Unfortunately, inside of the box, there is no aux cable included, which I think is a little bit crap. Like, come on, guys, it's like $150. It would have cost them like 5p to throw in a little cheap cable from China so people could use this as a wired headset if they so desired to. So I think that's a little bit of a shame. It wouldn't have been too much of a hassle for Sony to have included that. Then also next to this aux connector for transforming it into a wired gaming headset is the sync button and also power button. So you can turn this on and off here, but also you can use this for connecting the sync to PlayStation Sync or Bluetooth, because this headset does have dual connectivity. So you can have the headset on, you can have it connected to PlayStation Link, but then you can also have this headset connected to your iPhone or a Bluetooth device, your gaming PC, for example, and you can have a chat on there or play music on there, and it'll happen both at the same time. Now, the microphone does have some new AI enhanced noise rejection features that heavily removes any of the background noises, which might be your parents hoovering around the house or cleaning up while you're trying to play Fortnite with your mates and they can't hear you speak because of the hoover going woo. Luckily, this will not get picked up at all on these new microphones. Very, very impressive. And also, it does a good job at not actually losing the quality of your voice. Sometimes with like noise reduction features, it makes your voice sound very weird, like and almost like you're talking through water, whereas this doesn't do it. It preserves like the actual integrity of your voice whilst removing irritating noises in the background. Now, currently at the moment of making this video, this is the only wireless headset that is compatible with the PlayStation Portal. Now, the PlayStation Portal, we did check this out towards the end of last year. It's a cool little device. I think it has its place in the market, especially if you've got good internet. But obviously that device has got a proprietary wireless connectivity. It doesn't support Bluetooth. Basically, you can't connect Bluetooth headphones to the PlayStation Portal, which was a huge outrage on Twitter. You have to have official wireless earbuds or headset from Sony. So that's both the earbuds that are available, the Pulse Explore earbuds, I think they're called, and also this now Pulse Elite headset. They're the only two audio devices that essentially support wireless connectivity to the PlayStation Portal. So this is the only headset, and they are the only earbuds that support that, because it requires the PlayStation Link for the compatibility in order to have that lag-free latency audio, as they obviously label it to be. Prior to the Pulse Elite headphones, my go-to headset for the PlayStation 5 was the InZone H9s. And if you want to see how that headset compares to this new PlayStation accessory, you should check out this video next. For more PlayStation videos and future product reviews, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And as always, I've been Rowlands. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.